Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's annual awards banquet as we honor our top 10 drivers in the divisions from the 2019 season that ran with Racin USA. And before we let you go out to the buffet line for dinner, if you would please remove your caps and bow your heads with me for a word of prayer. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for this gathering of champions and top 10 drivers and special guests tonight. Father, we just ask you to bless this food in the hands that prepared it to nourish our bodies. And Father, we just thank you for the talent you've given all these competitors here in the 2019 season. And we look forward to a great and safe 2020 season that is upcoming. For it's all these things we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. The way we will go into the chow line tonight, when we call your table number out, we'll have Brandon. He's back here, over here. Brandon, raise your hand up there. He will let you know when you are to go to the line. We're going to start with the first two rows, but here's how we're going to do. You're going to go out the door back here into the buffet line. There's two buffet tables set up. Go on either side of that. Go through the buffet line, and then you come into the banquet hall, this door over here, to my right of the podium, to your left. And when you get done eating, in the back of the room, we have all the desserts. So we hope that you enjoy the dinner, and then we will get into our award ceremony tonight. We thank everybody for coming. Great turnout tonight. Good to see everybody. So Brandon, who are you going to let go first?
First two rows.
First two rows. You are free to hit the challenge. Well, we hope everybody enjoyed dinner tonight. I know I did. Can't really get the coat, but it was good. I think we need to give the folks here at the Convention Center a nice round of applause for a great meal tonight. Again, it's great to have everybody here again, and at this time we'd like to recognize our great sponsors for the 2019 season. As a lot of you probably know, Durance Lane Chevrolet Buick GMC, they have sold their Chevrolet Performance part of the dealership, and they came in and they were our sponsor for the last 2 years. So we'd like to thank them for everything they did for us, and we wish Kyle Durance and his family the best in their future endeavors. But when you have a sponsor go out, you have a new one coming, and we have one, and we're proud to have them. And the people that have bought the Chevrolet Performance portion of Durance Lane Chevrolet Buick GMC is Newsom Raceway Parts Division of Raceway Chevrolet in Hartsville, South Carolina. So they're going to be our title sponsor for the 2020 season, and we would like to welcome them, please. And we'd like to bring up to the podium Andy Locklear from Newsom Raceway Parts Division. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Great to have him on board. Andy, this is just a small portion of the customers you have with the Newsom Raceway Parts Racin USA. Welcome aboard, please.
We already know that we're going to fit in real well with our friends from Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Georgia, and everywhere else. I was outside earlier today, and one of our folks here tonight was helping support the tobacco industry, smoking a cigarette. And a young lady come walking by that's not part of the group, and she looked at him and said, "That smoking's nasty, vile, and disgusting. You really ought not do it." And he looked, this is when I knew we were going to fit in perfect. He looked at her and said, "You know, my grandpappy let her be 102 years old." And she said, "Smoking?" He said, "No, minding his own business." I can tell you, we are so looking forward to 2020 being a part of Great Racing USA. Newsom Raceway is located in Hartsville, South Carolina. Our family there, it's back at the warehouse, just so looking forward to this. We were excited about it when it came to pass. We did take over Dirge Lane in a performance parts division, and out of that we got the best part of it. We got all the performance parts. We got Tim and Debbie, and they'll be on the other end of the line when you need something. And pick the phone up. Tim knows more about this series than anybody in here I can imagine. He's been around for a long time. Debbie's probably one of the best on the phone to help you get through that. We dedicate to you tonight, as being a part of this series, we're going to dedicate to you tonight. We're going to be there for service. We're going to be there after the sale. We're going to be there for you when you need us. We're going to work through any issues or problems that we don't anticipate having, but if we do, we're there, just a phone call away. We all grew up racing. I grew up dirt track racing around North and South Carolina. Then we went asphalt racing, which was probably a mistake, because dirt racing is where it's at right now. I've directed a racetrack. I'm the race director and communications guy for Dillon Motor Speedway in Dillon, South Carolina. And so we know a lot about racing. And we had opportunities to go different places with this platform and to be a part of other series. But the Great Racing USA series is #1 in our book. And we want to make sure that we have a wonderful 2020 and beyond. If you have any questions, please see us, and we'll be there for you. Thank you so very much. Congratulations to the champion, and congratulations to all the winners here tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy. During the course of the evening, after we conclude the awards ceremony, we'd like for you to, if you haven't done so already, go out here in the hallway and visit with some of our vendors that we have. My Race Pass, you can get signed up for that, and they will keep track of all your racing things that you have, your times and where you finish and where you start and all that. They'll be out there. And we're going to have a drawing for 10 drivers. They also do websites. So if you'd like a website for your race team, they're going to have $300 off building you a new website. We'll be having a drawing for that for 10 drivers. So go out and visit the people at My Race Pass and get registered for that drawing we'll have at the end of the banquet. And be sure to stick around. We've got some goodies over here that we're going to be giving away. And so be sure to stick around for that. Also, a lot of you know, excuse me, a lot of you know and are familiar with Racin. As you have those Racin buds in your ears at all the events, a lot of the events. If you run the national tour, you hear the dulcet tones of our race director, Adam Stewart. May not always be saying nice things to you, but he tries to keep you out of trouble. And that's the great thing about Racin, is it will keep you out of a wreck, and it will also help speed the show up. And I'm pleased to announce that Racin is going to give a free Racin to all our award winners tonight. So let's give them a nice round of applause. They'll have the Racin, and at the events, we have the batteries. So just remember to take those batteries out at the end of the night. But that's a great thing. We want to thank Racin for that. Also want to thank, of course, the provider of our power plants for our divisions. And that's those great sealed engines from Chevrolet Performance. Bill Martins is here. Bill, we'd like for you to come up and say a few words. We've got, I believe, a plaque. Bill Martins, ladies and gentlemen, the project manager for Chevrolet Performance.
Thanks, Brody. A great room tonight. We've had a great run. The series itself, Great Racing USA, with a couple different primary sponsors, is our second oldest event, partner, I guess I should say, promotion partner, since we started this program. It's 16 years old, and Mike Vaughn and I got together 15 plus years ago, and it's been a great run, and I know it's going to be even a greater run with great new sponsors. I really like the tone. I like everything that I've been hearing about the dealership, and it's good to see the enthusiasm. So from our perspective, we plan to be here for a long time as well. We've had a 16-year run, every year, and some of you have heard me say this, but if you haven't, we're constantly bombarded by innuendos and rumors that Chevrolet is getting out of this, that, you know, that we're going to leave this to the side and concentrate on other things, and that's absolutely not true. We've spent a lot of money the last 3 or 4 years reinvesting in tooling, which is no cheap deal if anybody understands manufacturing. When you say tooling in our world, it's usually 6 figures, in the high 6 figures. So we've made a big commitment to continue making the 350, which is still a core of this group. We're really glad to say we've upgraded our 525 late model, the CT 525. Last year lost a little momentum as we were changing sponsors, changes in programs, but we upgraded the engine. If you've got any interest at all, I'll be out here afterwards as well to talk about it, but we now build all the engines with forged pistons. So anything that might have been a problem two years ago, a year and a half ago, we've rectified that, and we have full confidence that you won't have any issues going forward. So there's going to be a lot of play, and you're going to hear a lot more about that this year. So we'd like to thank certainly the sponsors in letting us be part of the action and all the work that you do. It's interesting how many people spend a lot of time trying to cheat up something we try to make real simple, but we know with diligence it'll produce a good racing product. So our congratulations to certainly all of the winners tonight, and we'll be here again afterwards. If you've got some specific questions, I'll try and field them. Or if you got some complaints, talk to me in the corner, just not out in the middle there, okay? So with that, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill. Also, we want to recognize the official race tire of Crate Racing USA, and that's Who's Your Race Tire. And Brian, you coming up? Okay. Y'all know Brian Key, who is our field rep for Hoosier Racing Tire South. Let's give Hoosier Race Tires a nice round of applause.
Appreciate that. I want to thank Newson Chevrolet, Performance Parts coming on, Chevrolet, and all you folks that come out here and spend the money to come up here. We want to thank you, and thank you for running our tires.
As Brian likes me to say at every race, he listens for it. Hoosier Racing Tires, tires designed for champions. Also like to thank our partner. This has been a good partner for us in the last couple of years. We're glad to have him. VP Racing Fuels and VP Racing Lubricants. Is Tommy here? Tommy Chapman? I'm looking for the golf cart with the VP flag flying behind it. Tommy Chapman, if you're here, I don't see him. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Also like to thank Boyd Built Fabricators for our Fast Time Award this year, KRC Power Steering for sponsoring our heat races, and going to bring up somebody you're probably going to be seeing more of tonight, and that's Jake Knowles with Knowles Race Parts and Bodies, sponsor of our Hard Charger Award. Jake, come on up.
Thank everybody for buying parts from us. If you got this award this year, you probably need to qualify a little better. But appreciate everybody. If y'all need anything, give us a call.
Jake, how many times did you have to pay yourself this year? Or how many times did you get your award this year?
I didn't get none this year.
Okay, you started up front. And we'd also like to thank our Rookie of the Year sponsor, once again this year, Cindy Knowles with Cruise with the Champions. Cindy, come on out. I know Cindy's always got something to say.
I've been a sponsor of this series for probably 4 or 5 years. And Cruz, he didn't go on the cruise, he didn't go on the Cruise of the Champions with us this year because he chose to go to the Ice Bowl. If you don't want to go to the Ice Bowl next year, you got a cabin on the cruise. So whoever gets the, I'm 99% sure we're going to do it again. So for all the rookie contenders, if you win Rookie of the Year, you get a cabin on the 27th annual Cruise of the Champions.
Also want to thank our official graphics and sign provider, Shannon Norwood with Full Moon Graphics. Shannon, you sure you don't want to come up and say any words? Okay, I'll let you slide this year. But let's give him a nice round of applause. Shannon Norwood, Full Moon Graphics. Also want to thank Martin's Record Service, one of our sponsors for 2019. We want to thank our chassis manufacturers, Rocket Chassis, Warrior Race Cars, CBR Race Cars, and GRT Race Cars. Before we start handing out our awards this year, as we do each and every year, we have the State of the Series address, and here to come up and deliver his first State of the Series address. He came into the role running the ship this year, did a great job, and at this time, please welcome the Director of Crate Racing USA, Adam Stewart, with our State of the Series.
First off, thank you all. I'll probably say all what I'm fixing to say in this speech here again when I look through it, but I shoot from the hip a lot, and I'm very pleased with our new venue. I hope everybody else is very pleased with the food tonight. You look and tell that I love food, so I'm good judging that. So the food was great. I appreciate everybody making the trip. I hope you enjoy the destination. The town of Gatlinburg gives you something to do, your family something to do. We done our promoters meeting yesterday. That went off very well, so I'm pleased with what we're doing and things are going. So let me read my notes, kind of like my driver's meeting. So first off, I just wanted to thank you all that. First, thank you everybody for being here, of course, making the trip to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. The staff here has been great. I feel like I'm at the racetrack. I can hit a radio and call somebody's name and tell them that the music's loud, or yesterday the fire alarm's going off or something like that. They rectify that pretty quick. So it's been great to work with the staff here at the Convention Center. Looking forward to next year's event here. Right now we tentatively have the same weekend in January scheduled to do our promoters meeting and our banquet again. So going to probably make this an annual pilgrimage for some time. A little change of pace. So I'm glad to say we're going to be back here next year most likely. Crate Racing USA in 2019 is under new direction for the first time since 2005. After former owner Mike and Heather Vaughn announced our banquet last year their intention to sell. The sale was completed, new management took over April 1st of 2019. While 2019 was a learning and growing year, we feel many things that we've learned and are continuing to develop and help grow. Will help grow and strengthen our racing series for competitors, tracks, and our fans, as well as our sponsors. I personally can't thank, and he don't like any recognition. I told him he's going to have to speak, and he was going to sit at the back of the room, but I can't thank Charles Roberts enough for trusting us and my staff to run the day-to-day operations. I hear from Charles about once a week and checks in, so I appreciate you having the confidence in us and running the series for day-to-day operations and putting that trust in me. Crate Racing USA had plans for 2019. Our weekly racing series, we sanctioned 25 racetracks in 8 different states, including Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and Kansas. A total of 1,153 different competitors competed in 2019. I'm proud to say 117 modified drivers for something that's going in its second year. Very impressive. I'm very impressed with the modified division. I appreciate all you guys that are competing in that. It's been very fun, exciting. It's got a little buzz, and that's something that we need. Of course, our 604 late model division, our baddest street stocks on the planet. I put them up against anything, and I put our drivers up against anything. So very pleased with our numbers in our divisions throughout 2019. With 2020 quickly approaching, of course, it is 2020, but our season gets started a little later here for the wintertime. We'll be making some announcements with new member tracks and new places for you to go racing and get your points in 2020. At the completion of 2019 season, Durst Lane Chevrolet in Claxton, Georgia, announced that they sold their powertrain part of their dealership from Chevrolet Performance Parts to another Chevrolet dealer located in Hartsville, South Carolina. We've all been introduced to Andy Locklear, who's the face of the series sponsor, Newsom Raceway Parts, but all those fine folks, Ms. Tracy Haynes, and of course, if you've done any business with us over the past 15 years, you've more than likely talked to Miss Debbie, or you've more than likely called Tim Bland. So that is very, very important to them coming on board. Tim was integral in getting that relationship built, picking up Newsom Raceway Parts, Division Raceway Chevrolet there. I'll be honest, and I'm going off script here, but I'll be honest, I was a little scared because I thought I'd never heard of these people. What in the world are we getting into? But I'll go for it. So I went and visited and was very impressed. You go through town and see a Walmart building full of Chevrolet parts, that's pretty impressive. So to see that Walmart building there and the operation they have and what they've built outside of the powertrain business is impressive. And then for them to jump on board and I like the fire and desire that they have to invest into what we do and making racing great and better here. So glad to have them on board. Now let me find my part of my speech where I was at. Along with new sponsors, new owners, we were also able, you noticed just a few weeks ago, we made the agreement to purchase the former Southeastern Crate Association that was campaigning over the Carolinas and Northeast Georgia. By purchasing that series, it gives us a presence on the East Coast and Carolina region in hopes of continuing to expand the brand, open the door for greater opportunities for our uniform rules package to govern racetracks up the East Coast, down into Georgia, as well as where we're already at. So looking for big things there. That region is really looking for something to happen, and I hope we're the answer to that. I think any answer was better than what was going on there, and I'm not knocking anybody, so I'm very excited for our acquisition of the former Sika series, and we're going to call that a different region. It will come under the Crate Racing USA banner once we get everything lined up, because they currently have 4 street stock divisions, and that makes me want to lose my mind. So once we get that all figured out and get everything headed in the right direction there, I think it'll be great. Also in 2020, you're going to see some expansion in Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma as we go west a little bit. So there's a lot of opportunities to head west and out into Texas, some different racetracks. You'll see those announced in the coming weeks. That region has been fledgling with car counts and looking for something to put their cars on a uniform rules package, and that allows them to come race at places like Hattiesburg, Jackson, Magnolia back in Mississippi, a lot of those racetracks. So I'm going to go off script again. I'm glad to see Mr. Donald Parker from Hattiesburg here. He's not been able to come to several of them, and if you look at our points champions, about 85% of them come through Hattiesburg Speedway on the weekly level, because not many Friday night racetracks, and they're dedicated that Friday night. They do a great job there, so glad to see them there, and hope they continue to do well in 2020. The Newsom Raceway Parts Dirt Late Model Touring Series, we kick off our 16th year this year. We'll start that at the Rumble on the Gumbo. I know all of you are wondering where the schedule is. I'm hoping to have that by East Bay. If not, when I come back from East Bay, I'll have our schedule out for the touring division. But I can tell you, we'll kick things off at the Rumble on the Gumbo in Greenville, Mississippi. Go ahead and get that trip out of the way. I wish the place was 5 hours closer to home. I'd race there 10 times a year. I love it. I like dodging the guide wires in the infield and knocking sparks off the walls. So we go get things started there. Everybody's fresh. Everybody leaves mad at each other and mad at me, but I give them a couple of weeks to get over before we go to Talladega. So glad to be going back to Greenville Speedway to kick off our touring division. Also going to revamp the Magnolia Motor Speedway Possumtown Grand Prix. You'll see that date, and it's going to be adjusted a little bit. Going to probably move that off the Thanksgiving weekend, and really going to reformat that thing. And once you see what our plans are there, we all get that hammered out this week. I think everybody's going to be pleased with what we do with the Possumtown Grand Prix. Races in between will include many of our traditional races, such as the King of Crates at North Alabama Speedway. If you watch the video when you come in, we played some of our highlight reels from some of the better races of the year. I don't think I've been to a bad race at North Alabama Speedway, so Brian Mitchell and his family done a great job there, giving us a great place to go race at with the King of Crate race. Also, when you do our NASCAR weekend at Talladega Short Track, I'm not going to brag on them too much today. They said they felt like yesterday they got too much attention at a promoters meeting, but I was raised there as a kid and I still love it. It's always going to be home, so I mention them a lot when we do things, and they do a lot of things right, so that's the reason I mention them. But we still go there for our NASCAR weekends, our July 4th holiday weekend. So glad to have them back on board, our longest running sanctioned racetrack. I will say this, there's not much that we do that they won't try. So everything we've done, they've stuck their neck out there and went forward. So always good to have racetracks like that on board with everything we do. And then also our Chevrolet Performance World Championship event is going to be moved to Cochran Motor Speedway. It's going to be Labor Day weekend, and that is going to pay $20,000 to win. So we're going to bump that thing from $10,000 to $20,000. Chris Martin has stepped up to the plate there, and he may have just fell out back there at his table, but he has told us we're going to do that $20,000 to win Chevrolet Performance World Championship race Labor Day weekend. So everybody go ahead and pencil that in, get your hotel rooms because there's not but one there. So make sure you get that scheduled right now. They'll be out of rooms pretty soon, I can promise you. We also are going to be making our first ever trip to Louisiana on Memorial Day weekend. We've been to Mississippi for several years, so we're going to move just a little further over and go to Thunder Valley Speedway in Lemoore, Louisiana. I think if you look back, that thing was called Super B Speedway or something like that. Some Habitat Today stuff, if you want to look up some videos. So been around a long time. They sanctioned their street stock division. They're going to do their late model division with us this year, so they wanted to up the ante a little bit and do a couple of shows over the Memorial Day weekend. So glad to be making the trip out there and making that trek back across on those holiday weekends so we can get back. A lot of our other racetracks we're working with, I've been talking with Jason Walker, I'm going to put you on the spot, so you'll have to have a date now, at Thunderhill Speedway, Thunderhill Raceway Park. So we're trying to work out a date with him and get that going. So a lot of good things happening with our touring division as well as our other stuff. 2020 has already started out really well for us. We've done the first ever co-sanctioned event with the World Racing Group and Dirt Car Racing and the Pro Late Models at Volusia Speedway Park last week. That event was very successful. I'm very pleased with what it done. It's opened the door for opportunities for us to work with that sanctioning body and work together for the greater good of the sport. And doing events like that, we go into places that we normally wouldn't get to go to, so it gives you more opportunities to get your car seen, your sponsor seen, our sponsors seen, and anytime we expand and grow, that's always great, no matter where it is. Also, the Winter Shootout Series will go next week for the first time since 2008, I believe it is. We go back to East Bay Raceway Park with Clay by the Bay. That's probably one of the most exciting things I've done in a while. I'm glad we've been able to get back in with Al Warnador and the crew there. Always a great time at East Bay. There's not many places you should race before March, and Tampa, Florida is one of them. You might take a gamble and do that. So I encourage all of you with a 604 car to come out and hang out in East Bay next week. I guarantee you have a good time. Be some good races. Not sure how much longer we'll have East Bay around with some developments there, so I'm glad we're back on board to finish things up there and get back on our schedule. For 2019, we've seen growth and success in all of our divisions. We're excited to have our competitors racing with us, highlighting their talents and great racetracks they represent. We all know it takes competitors coming in the back gate, fans in the front gate, and most importantly, our track promoters. They work hard to keep those gates open, and they get told how dumb they are pretty regular too. So most of them are very successful in other businesses, and they take and devote their time and money and efforts into giving us a place to race. If we don't have racetracks, Walmart's not going to like us going out there racing in the parking lot. So next time you're mad at the racetrack, go talk to that track promoter, talk to him and hash it out that way. I guarantee you're going to get much further than telling them on Facebook and all that good stuff. So great to have our track promoters and what they do for all of us and allow students. Last and certainly not least, I'd not be able to keep what little bit of structure and sanity I have, which is not very much anyway, but I'm going to thank the people that do help me keep that. All the folks that help me on our road show. Roby Helm, Roby does a great job. He handles our announcing duties, press releases, points. He's been with Crate Racing USA since the beginning. Roby's been in the business 40 plus years now. I can't remember the exact number. It is 40, that's right. We had the cake to commemorate that. So 40 years in the business, so it's always great to have people that have that much time invested in knowing what we do. So great to have Roby on our team. Mitchell Jenkins, has the official title of photographer and videographer, but he's also the first in line when I come up with whatever crazy idea I come up with and where we're going to go and what we're going to do. And usually on Tuesday morning after the race, we're out there in our mud boots cleaning up all this stuff. So I think we're going to park on the boulevard at the Ice Bowl next year because that was a nightmare. But we're still cleaning that up. But that's Mitchell's always there. Doesn't turn anything down we try to do and decide to go tackle. I tell him let's get in the truck on a Friday afternoon and go to Tennessee National to film some of our competitors at a weekly racetrack. He jumps in the truck, we go and stay up all night, and they think I'm crazy, and they're probably right. But I stay up, we go do those races, and they're all in there with me. So good to have folks like that on our team. Brandy Jenkins. Brandy was a lady at the front door, and she'll be giving you jackets. I'm going to tell you, you better behave yourself. If you don't, you'll want to. Brandy goes to all the races with me, handles lineup, scoring. I don't think there's much that Brandy won't do. Hand out jackets back here tonight. She'll take care of that. She's always pretty good for a Taco Tuesday date up there in Adairsville, Georgia. We have 2 places to eat, so every Tuesday we go have dollar tacos there. So Brandy's a good person to have on our team. I enjoy having her. She's been in the business for a long time, helps a lot of racers. Chance Smith is not here. He's a young guy that goes to the races with me, does lineups, helps me with pre-race promotional things and that kind of thing. I've been reluctant to get young people that I think everybody should be in the business and know about it before I hire them or get them to help me. But I think that's not always a great sign. So I'm trying to get people that are unproven, and I want them to prove themselves. They have something to prove. They have the fire in their belly to do it. So young folks like Chance helping me. Thomas McReynolds. Thomas isn't here. Thomas is not going to say much, but when he does, he usually means it. So Thomas got his Atlas out today and was going back to Mississippi. So he'll probably be home about Tuesday morning. He'll leave on Tuesday to be at East Bay by Thursday morning. So he's 12 hours anywhere. He spilled coffee on his road atlas, and he thinks there's mountains everywhere he goes now. So it takes him a little time to get there. But Thomas is another one that goes and does whatever, whenever I ask him to do. He's not very polished most of the time. I know that, but he is very knowledgeable. He's way more knowledgeable than a lot of people give him credit. And if you'll ask me the question and let me word it where he can understand it, and then take his answer and word it where you can understand it, usually we get the answer we need. So always good to have Thomas there for that. Let's see, who else we got? Also have to thank my girlfriend Jennifer. She's out front. She puts up, she loves racing, which I knew was one thing. I'm 30 plus years old, and I always thought I'd be by myself, and fortunately that didn't happen that way. I got my head turned at the races and found out she liked the races. She puts up with my craziness, and I'm glad she hadn't realized just how much I've outkicked my coverage. So as long as she's out there and don't know that, we're all good. But I thank her for putting up with what I do and my hours and my zaniness and what we do. Again, I thank all of you for being here, supporting us. I want you all to know that I always have an open door. I have business cards, I have my phone number, and I'm very easy to get in touch with. Most of the time, if I don't, shoot me a text, say, hey, when are you going to call me back? I usually call you back because I have 30 other people to call back. But I want you all to know that I do listen to your concerns. If you have them, please let me know. I'm not going to promise you I can change anything, but I'll definitely look into it. I want that open door policy with everybody. I appreciate all our racetracks, all our racers, sponsors, fans, family. Our racing divisions are based on family. I try to tell people that. We don't have professional crew members. That's the reason we don't race 50 times a year on our tour. Most of you have your own business or your cousin or your uncle, whoever you get to go in the truck with to go to races. So we appreciate everybody buying into what we do and being part of our family, and hope our family continues to grow. I hope we have to knock this wall down and have a bigger room and maybe some live music and stay all night next year. So other than that, I appreciate everybody coming tonight. If you have any questions, again, I'll be around. You'll be able to find me, and I'll give you a business card. But thank you all, and wish everybody a great 2020.
Thank you, Adam. Boy, it's amazing. Spent 40 years in this business, and next week I'll celebrate my 39th birthday. Well, as you can see, I'm surrounded by hardware, beautiful present, and we're about to give it all away. And I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it. So if you get an award, pay attention. Here's what we do. You go through this door over here, between where the bar was and where the drinks are there. Go out that door, and you will come this way, around the corner, to right here behind me. Brandy Jenkins will be back there to hand you your jacket. Brandy, you back there? Yep, she's back there. She's waiting on you. So what we will do is we will call you by division. And the award winners, the top 10 drivers from that division, need to go out the door, back here to see Brandy. And in the middle of us giving out the awards, it'll be just like at the racetrack. And I will say, Modified Sportsman Division, please report to staging. At that time, head for the door, head for the back, get your jackets, and we'll have your awards out here. And most important of all, these little envelopes that got money in them. When you come up, we'll have you say a few words. When you set all your awards down, you set your envelope down. Most of you remember to pick your award up and you walk off, and you leave me a check. So don't forget your check. We're going to Tampa. I like to spend money in Tampa. So, without further ado, we're going to have first award will be, and as we have this award, the top 10 and Modified Sportsman report to staging at this time. So the first award we will hand out is a very award that's close to my heart because I work with these people during the week doing points, doing results, and we talk an awful lot. And some of the tracks I don't talk to that much. That's because they send their stuff in. So, and I appreciate all the hard work that you do, whether I talk to you on the phone or not. If I'm not talking to you, you're doing a great job. But I appreciate all the work that the tracks do during the week to report your results, get your results into me, we get the points done, and everything goes on a smooth, even keel. We get the schedules for them. So at this time, it's time for us to announce the Crate Racing USA Weekly Racing Series Promoter of the Year. And it's my pleasure to ask to come to the podium Jason Walker from Thunder Hill Raceway Park in Summertown, Tennessee. You're our 2019 Crate Racing USA Promoter of the Year.
Thank you. I don't even know what to say because I didn't know I was getting this until y'all did. I don't know what to say. I guess if you know me or another track or whatever, Ricky Spurgeon had that track with me for a long time. And without him, we couldn't have done it. Doris Cherry, my family, wife and kids. I don't know what to say. We just like racing, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Thank you, Jason. And Ricky, stand up. He does a great job there. Ricky Spurgeon with Thunder Hill Raceway Park. We appreciate them being a part of our weekly racing series. Well, this time it is time to bring out the top 10 drivers for the Modified Sportsman Division. And as Adam said, that group doubled in size in 2019 in their second year. And I think they're going to double again from the response we've been getting from people that want to be a part of this division. Every track that we went to see these cars run, they put on a great show, and we're proud to have these drivers here with us tonight. Finishing in 10th place with 646 points in 32 races, he had 29 top 10s, 16 top 5s. The driver of the number 12, John's Auto Repair Special from Meridianville, Alabama, Ron Bailey.
Rough season. It was a lot of fun. I hope to see everybody this year. Better season, a lot more fun.
Finishing in 9th place with 649 points, had 15 top 10s, 15 top 5s, 8 wins, and in 15 races, driver the number 9, Sawyer's Motorsports Special from New Bern, Tennessee, Ryan Sawyers.
Hello, everybody. I'd just like to thank my wife, of course, just like the rest of you, for putting up with all the time we spend away. And I'm going to make my parents watch this video so they can see that I thank them too. Congratulations to all the winners tonight. Good luck in 2020.
One thing that I forgot to mention before we did all the instructions, after the banquet tonight, if you want pictures with your award and your crew, your family members, we have a nice place set up out here in the lobby for you to get some good-looking pictures from Mitchell Jenkins. So we'll do that after the awards banquet. If you all want to gather in the lobby with your awards, we'll get like a top 10 group picture and all that. So that'll be after the awards ceremony tonight. Finishing in 8th place in the Modified Sportsman Division in 2019 with 14 top 10s, 9 top 5s, 1 win, and in 16 races had 651 points. Driver of the J7 Randy Tree Service Special out of Anniston, Alabama, Joseph Champion.
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Randy's Tree Service, Amanda's Girls Stump Grinding, and my fiance for putting up with what I love to do.
I don't know where Adam went, but you need to make a note. I mean, it's neat. We got him coming out of the chute back here and all that. I think we need to have intro music and pyro and all that for next year. I think that'd be a nice show. Finishing 7th in the Modified Sportsman Division, he had 651 points in 16 races, had 16 top 10s, 14 top 5s, and 5 wins. He's not able to be here tonight, but he drives the number 11 Finish Line Auto Body Special from Rutherford, Tennessee, Brent Smith. Finishing in 6th place in the Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman Division for 2019, he had 659 points and in 24 races, had 22 top 10s, 18 top 5s, and 2 wins. Driver of the number 99 Rock Power Special. That's a cool name for a car. Rock Power Special. Out of Centerville, Tennessee, Blake Cross.
I would just like to thank all my sponsors and my family that helped me get through the things that I really like to do, like racing. Thank you.
Finishing in 5th place, had 661 points, and in 34 races, he had 27 top 10s, 19 top 5s, and 1 win. Driver the number 246 Johnston Racing Special out of Santa Fe, Tennessee, Seth Johnston.
I just want to thank everybody that helped me this year. There was a ton of us that, put in a lot of work and a lot of time. I just want to thank everybody and thank the good Lord for allowing me to do what I do.
Attention in the banquet hall. Top 10 late model sportsmen report to staging at this time. Late model sportsmen, top 10, report to staging. Coming home in 4th place in the 2019 Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman Division. He had 22 top 10s, 15 top 5s, 2 wins in 23 races, had 663 points. Driver the number 10, Terrell Motorsports Special out of Russellville, Alabama, Tracy Terrell.
Just thank everybody.
How long did it take you to write that speech? I seconds. That's good. That's good. Third place in the Modified Sportsman Division at 667 points with 23 top 10s, 16 top 5s, had 3 wins in 24 races, at 667 points, the number 10 Service One Transport Special out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Chucky Gibson.
I'd like to thank my wife for putting up with me racing. My dad, can't do it without you. My boys, Zachary, Eli. My fans, Emily, support me every week. But I'd also like to thank Service Transport, Service One. They've been my sponsor for 3 years now. Ryan, Brandy, thank y'all for giving us a place to race every week. Markowitz, couldn't have done without you, buddy. You changed my racing halfway through the season, made it very competitive. Couldn't have done it without you. Robbie at RPI Shocks, great set of shocks. I appreciate what he done for me there. I appreciate that.
I know one guy that's kind of taking notes of the guys that come up for speeches. He's not known for saying a lot. Shannon Lee, are you taking some notes here? Don't. I challenge you to maybe do a longer speech than Tracy did, okay? Our national championship runner-up in the Modified Sportsman Division for Crate Racing USA in 2019. And boy, what a battle our top 2 drivers had. He is a former national champion, won the first ever Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman Division Championship in 2018. Came home in second this year. In 33 races, he had 31 top 10s, 26 top 5s, had 9 wins, and he drives the number 1G Rounder Sports Bar and Grill Special out of 5 Points, Tennessee, Oakley Gillespie. Ladies and gentlemen, this time it's my pleasure to bring out the 2019 national champion in the Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman Division. He had 698 points, just 2 points shy of a perfect season. In 32 races, he had 31 top 10s, 29 top 5s, and 15 wins. Driver of the number 18 Morgan Machine Special that's parked right up front here at the Convention Center. He drives the number 28 Morgan Machine Special out of Hartselle, Alabama. The 2019 Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsman Division National Champion. How about a nice round of applause for Luke Riddle?
Good evening. Just want to say thanks to my fiance, they're over at table 11, Chelsea, her parents, my parents, and JJ, Morgan Machine, Bama Race Parts, Hawk Brakes, FK Rod Ends, VP Race Fuels, Maxima Racing Oils, CO Graphics, McElroy Motorsports, Cyber Farms, everybody with series, all the track officials and everything. They don't get a lot of recognition, and they do a lot for us. North Alabama, one of our home tracks, they do everything they can to get us weekly guys all the points to stay up top. And congrats to Bryson too. He's also one of the North Alabama guys that won. And also Oakley, we got into it a little bit earlier in the year, and I think we've kind of embraced our rivalry, and we put on some great races this past year. So thanks everybody.
The trophies just keep getting bigger and bigger. All right, now on on to our late model sportsman division. It'll be the third year that they've been around. So we're glad to see this class also growing. This is the late model division powered by the Chevrolet Performance 602 engine. And coming home in 10th place with 668 points in 25 races. He had 20 top 10s, 15 top 5s, and 2 wins. Driver the number 28 Tucker Construction Rocket out of Rogersville, Alabama, Silas Ham. Our 9th place driver in the Racin USA Late Model Sportsman Division for 2019. In 28 races, he had 671 points, 25 top 10s, 16 top 5s, and 1 win. Driver the number 15 S&S Automotive Rocket from Bolton, Alabama, Austin Steele.
Makes it possible. Look forward to run 2020.
Coming home in 8th place with 674 points in 22 races. He had 18 top 10s, 15 top 5s, and 2 wins. Driver the number 0, Low Racing Special. Not able to be here tonight. He's out of Warrior, Alabama, Doodle Low. 7th place driver also not able to be with us tonight. He had 676 points in 26 races, 22 top 5s, 22 top 10s, 18 top 5s, 3 wins. Driver the number 14, Toyota the Shoals Special from Tuscumby, Alabama, Cruz Wallace. Finishing in 6th place with 676 points in 17 races. He had 16 top 10s, 15 top 5s with 7 wins. Driver the number 912, Randy's Tree Service Special from Anniston, Alabama, Justin Angle.
I just want to thank my wife, my kids, my family, all the great sponsors for a great year, and look forward to another one.
5th place in the Late Model Sportsman Division for 2019 with 677 points, had 14 top 10s, 13 top 5s, and 3 wins in 19 races. Driver the number 17, Cabinet Solutions Rocket. He's not able to be here tonight, but we'll give him a nice round of applause from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, Donovan Henry. Attention in the banquet hall. Top 10 street stocks report to staging. Top 10 street stock drivers report to staging. I keep waiting to hear the rumble of engines starting up, headed that mountain. If I hear that in the banquet hall, we're in trouble. We had the fire alarm go off yesterday during the workshop. The room next door, they were doing something over there that had a smoke machine going. 4th place in our Great Racing USA Late Model Sportsman Division Weekly Racing Series standings. He had 680 points. He had 16 top 10s, 15 top 5s, 10 wins on the season. Driver the number 55, David King Automotive Special, also not able to be with us tonight, but we'd like to give him a round of applause. Ryan King. Coming home in 3rd place in the Great Racing USA Late Model Sportsman Division in 2019, and he is here tonight. Had 682 points in 27 races. He had 21 top 10s, 16 top 5s, and 4 wins. Driver the number 17, Shoals Heating and Air Special from Russellville, Alabama, Blake Ray.
I'd like to thank all my sponsors. I'd like to thank
682 points, and in 21 races, he had 17 top 10s, 16 top 5s, and 9 wins. Driver the number 11, Wilkins Logistics Special from Coleman, Alabama, Cole Brown.
I just want to thank everyone that's helped me on and off the track, all of our great sponsors, and most importantly, I want to thank the good Lord above for allowing me to do what I love.
And now it's time to bring up our 2019 Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman Division National Champion. He was the only driver this year in the 4 weekly racing series divisions to have a perfect season. We take our 14 best finishes of the year, and he had 14 wins for 700 points. He had more wins than 14, but those were just in case we had a tie, but as you can see, we did not. So in 29 races, our champion had 27 top 10s, 23 top 5s, and 16 wins. Driver the number 46, Sparks Energy Rocket from Russellville, Alabama, your 2019 Crate Racing USA Late Model Sportsman Division National Champion. Let's hear it for Bryson Mitchell.
I just want to thank my sponsors, Spark Community, Marcus Motorsports, and Twisted Performance. Thank you.
Now it's time to go to our Crate Racing USA Street Stock Top 10 Awards. Finishing in 10th place with 665 points, he had 14 top 10s, 13 top 5s, and 14 races. Driver the number 88, Ace Auto Sales Special, not able to be here tonight, from all the way in Elmer, Louisiana, Joe Rochelle. Finishing 9th in our 2019 Crate Racing USA Street Stock Division National Standings with 667 points in 20 races. He had 19 top 10s, 13 top 5s, and 3 wins. Driver the number 18, Jackson Jr. Trucking Special out of Norco, Louisiana, their second Louisiana driver, Landon Jackson.
I just want to thank all my sponsors who made this possible, and Mr. Donald and Kelly Park for giving me a track to race at.
8th place driver had a good season with 678 points. He had 22 top 10, 17 top 5s, and 25 races with 3 wins. Driver of the number 22 Hamilton Motorsports Special out of Cantonment, Florida, Dylan Hamilton.
I just want to thank all my sponsors for helping us this season. Johnny working Diesel Service, Calvin Cook Motorsports, and Mom and Dad for helping me, and ready for 2020.
I think Dylan's what, 13? I think by the time that he's done with his career, he'll be able to talk with the microphone up here, maybe up here a little bit. Did a great job this year down there at Southern Raceway. Going to be hearing more about that young man in the future. Coming home in 7th place, not able to be here tonight, so we'll get his awards to him. He had 679 points in 20 races. He had 18 top 10s, 14 top 5s, and 4 wins. Driver the number 5 Hollis Racing Special from Ethelesville, Alabama, Jason Hollis. Coming home in 6th spot in the 2019 Crate Racing USA Street Stock Division. In 27 races, he had 687 points with 24 top 10s, 22 top 5s. driver the number KC2 Parker Towing Special from Wiggins, Mississippi, Jeremy Eaton.
First off, I'd like to thank my wife, wherever she's at. She's rolling. Thank my sponsors, McDaniels Racing, couldn't do it without them, Parker's Towing, all the competitive drivers, friends, families, Billy Riles let me drive a crate car. Just can't thank enough people, and I forgot several, but just thanks for everything y'all do, and Don and them for having us a place to race. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all.
And fifth place in the street stock for 2019 in the national points. He had 687 points in 18 races. He had 18 top 10s, 17 top 5s, with 6 wins. Driver the number 93 Summertown Medal Special out of Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, Eddie Reinhardt.
I'd like to thank my wife for putting up with all my bad habits I got racing, and my sponsors, Maniac Racing Engines and War Shocks, for everything they do for me. All the track promoters, Ricky Spurs and them around home. We couldn't do it without good racetracks to race at. And some of them were closing down years ago, and then they kind of made a comeback. I really appreciate everything they do.
And if we could have your attention in the banquet hall. Top 10 in weekly racing series late models, please report to staging. Top 10 in late models, please report to staging. Shannon Lee, you can finish writing your speech in the back now. Finishing fourth in the 2019 Crate Racing USA Street Stock Division with 692 points in 22 races. He had 21 top 10s, 20 top 5s with 10 wins. He is a former Street Stock World Championship winner in the #1 Race Tech Race Car Special, not able to be with us here tonight. He's from Atwood, Tennessee, TJ Herndon. Finishing third in the 2019 Crate Racing USA Street Stock Division with 695 points in 38 races. That's a lot of races. At 30 top 10s, 24 top 5s, and 9 wins. Driver the number 41M We Buy Junk Car Special from Covington, Louisiana, Hayden Moran.
I'd just like to thank all my sponsors, Joe Moak with We Buy Junk Cars. He really wanted to be able to make this banquet at the beginning of the year. We set out to do that. We accomplished that, so that's good. I wouldn't be here without him. Appreciate everything he does. All the race engines, Race Tech, Rebecca, he keeps me with a good fast race car, and VSB stocks, and that's all. Thank you.
Finishing second in the 2019 Crate Racing USA Street Stock Division with 697 points in 29 races. He had 28 top 10s, 23 top 5s with 13 wins in the number 41 Carden Construction Special out of Addison, Alabama, Jason Baker.
I'd like to thank Don and Chris Carden, all the son-in-laws that helped me get through all this.
Hey Mitchell, can you come up here and help us out for just a minute? Look while we're doing that, it's time for me to bring up here the 2019 Street Stock Division National Champion. 2 points short of a perfect season, he had 698 points, and in 25 races he had 24 top 10s, 20 top 5s, 13 wins. In the number 8 Lane Racing Special from Wing, Alabama. How about a nice round of applause for the 2019 Great Race USA Street Stock Champion, Mike Lane.
I'd like to say thanks to my wife and family, and thanks for Daryl. And Ray Steady for helping me. It's been a rough year, but we made it. We're going to late model sport for next year, and we'll just try something different. I hope to race with most of y'all and have another good year. It's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank y'all.
Mike, if we get you up here next year, maybe we could add some lights to the jacket. Now going to our Great Racing USA Weekly Racing Series Late Model Awards, and the winner of our 2019 Great Racing USA Chassis Manufacturers Challenge Series Championship from Shinston, West Virginia, Rocket Chassis. Of course, Mark Richards out racing somewhere. Steve Baker busy at the shop. They couldn't make it this weekend, so we'll make sure they get their awards.
Thank you. You get it? Accept it.
Who's accepting?
Thank you, Will.
You want to get it? Go get it. Come on, Mark. Okay. You good? I thought maybe you could trade him the award for a chassis. You did. Okay. Here's the top 10 for your 2019 Great Racing USA Weekly Racing Series Championship. Finishing in 10th place with 648 points, with 16 top 10s, 10 top 5s, 2 wins, in the number 18 Derek's Auto Shop Special out of Meadville, Mississippi, and he was helping Shannon Lee write his speech, Tootie Arnold.
I'd like to say congrats to Shannon Lee. He plays a big role in my racing, and thanks Mom and Dad, my wife Casey, Trade Bush Record Service, Shorty Shots, thank you all.
Finishing in 9th place in the Great Racing USA Weekly Racing Series Late Model Division at 663 points. In 20 races, he had 18 top 10s, 12 top 5s, and 4 wins. The number 713 Allied Parts Special from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, Ben Bricado.
Ben actually couldn't make it, so they sent a good driver to the family. So,
Wait till he sees the video. Finishing in 8th place with 664 points in 16 races. He had 16 top 10s, 13 top 5s, with 4 wins in the C6 John's Farm Special out of Hohenwald, Tennessee, Oakley Johns.
I'd like to say thanks to my family for putting up with us staying in the late hours like we do, working in the shop. We put a lot of hours into this, and we didn't really get after the weekly deal as hard as we did the touring deal until probably mid-season. We seemed we had a chance to get in the top 10 here, and maybe this year we'll travel harder on the weekly deal and have the touring deal this year too. Thank you.
Finishing in 7th place with 670 points in 25 races, had 24 top 10s, 17 top 5s, and 1 win. Not able to be here here with us tonight, the driver of the number 20 Gerald Racing Rocket from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Jason Gerald. Finishing in the 6th spot of the 2019 Crate Racing USA Weekly Racing Series Late Model Division with 672 points in 21 races. He had 19 top 10s, 15 top 5s with 1 win in the S4 McCormick Marine Construction Rocket out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama, Seth McCormick.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for giving us the means and the ability to do what we love so much. And I'd like to thank my wife for always supporting us, and my mom and dad who's been there from day one. And I'd like to thank my brother. He shows up just randomly and helps when he can, you know. So I'd like to thank all my sponsors: Long Lewis Ford, United Lumber, Cozy Farms, Singing River Dentistry. And I believe that's it. I look forward to seeing y'all in 2020.
Young lady, what's your name? And is that your trophy? Yes. Is that going in your room?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Millie. Most of the time, the kids' speeches are better than the daddy's speeches. Coming home in 5th place in our Weekly Racing Series late models for the Weekly Racing Series for Crate Racing USA with 685 points, with 20 top 10s, 17 top 5s, 3 wins in 22 races. Driver of the number 26 Cameron Motor Company Special out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Cole Cameron.
Gotta thank my mom, my dad, Cameron Motor Company, Corner Fuel, Pace Auto Sales, Shorty Shops, all the guys that helped me, Connor, Scott, my brother. Couldn't do it without y'all.
And attention in the banquet hall, top 5 in the Young Gun, BP Young Guns. Need you to staging. Top 5 in the BP Racing Fuels Young Gun Challenge Series. Need you to staging. As you can see, these are very young men, and we're proud to have them racing with us. You're going to meet them here in just a minute. 4th place in the 2019 Weekly Racing Series Late Model Division for Crate Racing USA. Had 688 points with 26 top 10s, 20 top 5s, 5 wins in 27 races. Driver of the number 33 Villa South Special, not able to be here with us tonight. Out of Florence, Mississippi, Sid Scarborough. Coming home in 3rd spot in 2019 with the Crate Racing USA Weekly Racing Series, a guy that we're proud to have racing with us, a true veteran of dirt late model racing through the years. And in 26 races, he had 688 points with 23 top 10s, 19 top 5s, and 5 wins in the number 72 Steels Dive Special out of Pontotoc, Mississippi, Steve Russell.
Thank Jason Steele for giving me the opportunity to drive for him. Repair right place cars, J. Dickens Racing Engine, and especially with Michael Dyer and Joel Winfrey.
It's great to have a driver close to my age out there running with us, as Steve will also be celebrating his 39th birthday this year. And our national championship runner-up in the 2019 Crate Racing USA Weekly Racing Series Late Model Division with 691 points in 24 races, he had 23 top 10s, 20 top 5s, and 8 wins. Driver the number 64, Sparks Energy Rocket out of Russellville, Alabama, Braden Mitchell.
I'd like to say thank you to my girlfriend, Morgan, putting up with all the time in the shop, my family and friends, Sparks Motorsports, Lightning Livestock, Banquet Motorsports, Bobby, my crew man. He puts up with a lot on a night-night basis at the racetrack. Thank you.
Well, we're about 45 minutes ahead of schedule, but I'm sure that our next driver coming up is going to fill that time very well. In my hand, I have a check for $10,000 from the driver that wins it this year. Our 2019 Craig Racing USA Weekly Racing Series Late Model Division. 1 point short of a perfect season with 699 points. In 27 races, he had 27 top 10s, had 25 top 5s, and 14 wins. Ladies and gentlemen, this driver I'm about to bring out has been a supporter of the Weekly Racing Series since it was started in 2006, and year after year, he's in the top 10, top 5, top 3, but had never really been able to quite to win that championship. But I'm proud to say he pulled it off this year, and a well-deserving win at that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2019 Weekly Racing Series Late Model Division National Champion out of Lumberton, Mississippi, driver the number 47, Billy Riles Racing Special, the General Shannon Lee.
I'd just like to thank my car owner, Billy Riles, Shorty Shots, Don Kelly Parker from Sandsburg Speedway, and all my sponsors.
Shannon, hang on a second. I want you to help me do something. We got a new award this year, and we are handing out an award for Crew Chief of the Year in this division. And I want you to bring up and present this award to your crew chief, John Lawrence. John, come on up.
I'd like to thank Billy Riles Racing, Shannon Lee, for the opportunity to crew chief on his car. If you need anybody to talk to during the race, anytime, when he's working on the car, his own car, if you come to him and ask him for problems or help, that man right there to do it. Thank y'all.
We've got a plaque for you. As soon as we find it, we'll make sure that we get that to you. And we've still got a few more awards to hand out here. Now it's time to bring out the future of our sport. You know, everywhere we go, we hear about young teenage drivers racing in our racing divisions. And in fact, some of them aren't teenagers. We were at Volusia Speedway Park last week, and they had in the 602 division an 11-year-old and a 12-year-old, and one night they ran 1-2. So it's good to have the young kids that are out here racing. That way, at night we know where they are. They're supposed to be up there working on their race car, and these young men we're about to bring out fit that mold. Fifth place in the VP Racing Fuel Young Gun Challenge Series for 2019. Had 340 points in 8 races. He had 4 top 10s, 3 top 5s, and 1 win at the age of 14 in the 6th Junior Cochran Motor Speedway Special out of McIntyre, Georgia, please welcome Parker Martin.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, my best friend, Lil Tully, PMR Aviation, Sun & Co Racing Fields, VP Racing Oils, Martin Industrial, and Southeastern Performance.
We want to thank VP Racing Fuel for coming on and helping us recognize these young drivers with VP Racing Fuels and VP Racing Lubricants, as they have provided us with the point fund for them as well. Coming home in 4th place with 530 points, with 12 top 10s, 3 top 5s, and in 12 races. He's 18 years old, driver of the 7C Camera Motor Company Warrior out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Pace Cameron.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my brother Cole, Devin, Connor, Scott, everybody we kind of use as a group effort to get the race cars ready. Cameron Motor Company, Corner Fuel, AutoZone, Shorty's a big help. So that's about it. Thank you.
In 3rd place in our VP Racing Fuel Young Gun Challenge Series point standings for 2019, with 577 points, he had 8 top 10s, 2 top 5s. He's 18 years old and driver of the number 17 New South Incorporated Special out of Decatur, Alabama. Please welcome Travis Smith.
Hey there, everybody. I'd like to thank my family. I'd like to thank my Uncle Richard, especially New South, A1 Towing, and I'm just ready to go super racing next year. Thank y'all.
Coming home in 2nd place in the 2019 VP Racing Fuel Young Gun Challenge Series. Had 584 points, 3 top 10s, 1 top 5, and all that came on the national tour this year. He's 15 years old in 14 races. Driving the number 87 Red's Body Shop Special out of Hiram, Georgia, Jake Rainey.
Hey everybody, I'd like to thank my mom and dad and my grandparents, all my crew that helped me all year traveling Southeast, running the tour. It really takes a lot, and I don't think people realize running all those races and how much it costs, but it's a big deal. I thank Brandon Brothers Steel and Insulation, Rough Property Management, High Tech Trans and Muffler, Sparks Racing, West Georgia Fence, CNS Auto Electric, Eddie Dennis, Heat and Air, Card Race Engineering, Richard Austin and Capital, Shorty Shocks, and Hoosier Tire by Brian, and Top Notch Graphics. Thank y'all.
Jake, I hope you didn't use all your material up in that speech. You're going to be back up here later on. And I apologize for all the times that I called you Derek this year. When I started out with Great Racing USA, his dad, Derek Rainey, was one of the top drivers in the series, and now we got his son racing with us. Now it's time to bring up our 2019 VP Racing Fuels Young Gun Challenge Series champion. And this is a championship that really carries a lot in the driver's career. Of course, Curtis Skinner is here tonight, and he's a former VP Young Gun Challenge Series champion, and he carried that on to bigger and better things, as you will see later on tonight. Our champion kind of gave us a scare at the King of the Crates race at North Alabama Speedway. He went sailing off the end of the front straightaway and disappeared into the darkness. Over the radio we heard, oh, he hit a pack car. Oh, he hit a dump truck. Oh, he hit the power pole. I think he hit everything back there. We were a little concerned about him, but he was a little limping a little bit later on the next day, but he came back, made a full recovery. In 14 races, he had 12 top 10s, 9 top 5s. He had 2 wins this season. And he drives the B86 Hall Insurance Rocket, 17 years old, out of Etheridge, Tennessee. Please welcome the VP Racing Fuel Young Gun Challenge Series champion for 2019, Brock Hall.
Well, I'd like to thank all my family, my mom, my dad, and all my sponsors, Hall Insurance, Hall Automotive, Maniac Race Engines, War Shows, FSR Racing, Marshall's Grocery, Leon Monument, and Access Truck Repair. Thank you all.
Brock, hoist that trophy up, let people see it. That is a good looking trophy. The gun does not have bullets in it, so just want to make sure you do that. Attention in the banquet hall. Top 10 in national touring ports report to staging. Top 10 national touring report to the staging area. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we do each year before we bring out our top 10 in the National Touring Series, we pause to come up with a special award, and that is the Bob Cross Memorial Lifetime Achievement Award. Of course, Chevrolet Performance helping to sponsor that award. I kind of call it the old guys award because I won it, Ronnie Johnson's won it, Jeff Purvis has won it, our own Charles Roberts has won it, and you'll hear a little bit more about this award coming up. So at this time, we want to bring up Adam Stewart because our recipient this year, very close to our director, Adam Stewart. So here is Adam Stewart with the Chevrolet Performance Bob Cross Memorial Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, Roby. This time it's my pleasure to name the 2019 recipient of the Bob Cross Memorial Lifetime Achievement Award. Before naming this year's recipient, we always ask Bill Martin's Special Projects Manager for Chevrolet Performance to tell us who the late Bob Cross was and what he meant to the sport, especially the sealed, durable, and economical Chevrolet Performance circle track engine programs. Bill?
So behind every good series, every good racer, there's a core, there's some germ of an idea, goal, whatever. Bob Cross was an engineer for GM Performance, and he had that vision and goal some 16, 17, 18 years ago. Bob passed 10 years ago in a very tragic accident off, not on a racetrack, of course, but his legacy lives on through this award. Bob was instrumental in putting together the origins, the outline of what has become the industry. It's Crate Racing USA. But at the time, that was really not a very popular phrase. But the whole premise still holds true today. It was to bring affordable racing so that all of us could continue to gather for years to come, because every year we see more and more dropouts due to the high cost. If it's not one component, it's the other. You know what I'm talking about. But in our case, it was engines, and engines continued to escalate. Bob had an idea that we could do something with the assets and learnings from GM to bring out an affordable, durable product. He was successful in doing that, and here we are some 16 years later as proof evidence of that being a very solid premise. So with that, we're honoring his memory with the Memorial Award.
Thanks, Bill. Now that everyone that didn't know knows and understands what Bob Cross meant to the world of short track racing, we take all of that into consideration each year when bestowing this award in his honor of someone who spent a lifetime of effort to the building, growth, and continuing success of the sealed engine short track racing program, and especially dedicated to us here at Crate Racing USA. The recipients of this award through the years have all put forth efforts in their own right to earn this award. People like Jeff Purvis, Johnny Stokes, Ronnie Johnson that are on the competitor side of things, to Bill Martins and Charles Roberts on behind the scenes and backbone of all of our programs we implement here, to Rody Helm, who continues to fly the flag of the Crate Racing USA family, and the Chevrolet Performance Circle Track Engine Program. This award has honored some of the best in the business, and we feel that this year's recipient is definitely fitting to join that fraternity. This year's Lifetime Achievement Award recipient fits the mold when considering a lifetime of working toward making the sport better and viable for the future. He has devoted over 40 plus years to the sport as one of the owners and promoters of one of the most successful short track operations in the United States. While his ties to the business began as a fan and lover of the sport, that quickly escalated into a job and a way of life over 40 years ago when he partnered up as co-owner to take a little-known dirt track and started its life as a motorcycle racetrack and began the journey turning that into one of the most well-known racing facilities not only in the South, but in the entire country. Built in the shadows of the fastest and largest super speedway in the world, this little dirt track grew with guidance from the two owners who set out to make racing a viable and entertaining attraction in their area. Over the years, they've hosted events from winged outlaw sprint cars, late models, and were innovators in the wildly successful front-wheel drive division, Hot Shots, that's a very popular class in a lot of places. In late 2004, an unheard-of promoter who had taken an unproven program, the Chevrolet Performance Circle Track Engine, approached about running an event to help grow the division in the region. The track had a well-known reputation for competitive side-by-side action and was key in getting the division the notoriety needed to showcase this new engine offering. After running those special events in 2005, the idea of a weekly racing series was implemented, giving racers a chance to run an affordable engine on a common set of rules and running for a track point fund as well as a national point fund with tight technical guidelines. The rest, as they say, is history. In 2006, this track became the first Crate Racing USA weekly sanctioned speedway and remains the longest sanctioned racetrack if I remember racetracks. This promoter and co-owner has never shied away from new ideas and has been there to share his ideas and I call them war stories to help keep the company aimed in the right direction, and the track and series complement each other well. This promoter has always been the first to sign up and has campaigned every division and idea that came from Crate Racing USA at his racetrack. From a business standpoint, the trust and support given to this company and the Chevrolet Performance Circle Track Engine Program have been integral in helping lead us in being America's leader in racing. For me, on a personal level, this promoter trusted me to start as a high school kid who purchased a ticket, coming in the grandstands each week, worked my way from popping popcorn to waving flags to that has in turn led me down the road to my current position in Crate Racing USA. While an important part of mine and his success is no longer with us to enjoy this, late Alfred Gurley, I know that he would be equally excited and deserving of this award. One of the first pieces of advice ever given to me by this promoter, and it rings true, and I mentioned it yesterday in our promoters meeting, is be good or be bad, just be consistent. If you're bad, they know you're going to be bad every time. That consistency and vision to see what is important to keep it racing alive and well in his region and at his racetrack, Talladega Short Track, and in turn for this company and all of you is why I'm honored to present the 2019 Bob Cross Memorial Lifetime Achievement Award winner, Mr. Lynn Preacher Phillips.
Since its inception. It's something that Alfred and myself believed in, and we joined right up. And I've talked at length in Daytona with Bob Cross, who Bill Martins has mentioned, and he was a pioneer in getting this crate program going. And I just want to thank for all the drivers in the building that General Motors thought enough of the weekly racers to put a program together like this for affordable racing. And I think we need to give General Motors a big hand on this. We're just a small part of it. They're giving us the tools to keep people racing every week. And the General Motors crate program has just been a big asset to all the short tracks that I know of. And I just want to thank my wife. She's put up with this for 40 years. We've got a great staff. Mike Reed done it now. And we miss Alfred and his motor grader personification.
but he's a little bit here tonight to see us. But thank y'all very much, and thank Crate Racing USA.
Well, we got 10 trophies left and 10 checks. So here we go, your top 10 of the Crate Racing USA National Touring Division. And we will start with our Cruise with the Champions Rookie of the Year. Comes to us from Oxford, Alabama, as we mentioned earlier. He was a former VP Racing Fuel Young Gun Challenge Series driver. Our top 10's backstage. I went back there to check on them. They got a card game going back there. I hate to interrupt it, guys. But we want to bring out our Cruise with the Champions Rookie of the Year for 2019, Cruz Skinner. Cruz.
He's having too much fun with that.
What, did you have a good hand back there?
I'm not going to take too much time up right here. I'm going to give my real speech for the tour boys. But I just want to thank everybody that supported series this year. Adam, Chevrolet, VP, Hoosier, knew some of all the great people invested in the sport. I've been in sport as long as most of y'all, but I'm really excited to see how far the sport can grow, and I hope to be racing for 40 plus more years. So thank y'all.
We had an awesome looking trophy. Is that the actual boat they go on and cruise with? It's a little bit bigger than you. You need to go on that thing now. Okay, yeah. You win the ice bowl, then we'll send you on cruise. Coming home in 10th place in our national touring points for the Crate Racing USA division, late model division, with 898 points, had 6 top 10s, 4 top 5s in 12 races. Drove the J8 Frame Racing Rocket, not able to be here tonight from Deckard, Tennessee, Jaden Frame. During the course of our award ceremony, we're going to bring up the entire Hole in Wall gang. And the first one coming out next in 9th place. He had 948 points in 17 races. Driver of the C66 Stewart Farm Special from Summertown, Tennessee, Donald Johns.
I'd like to thank my wife, my friends that come with us doing all this. It takes a lot of time on everybody to do. My brother and all our people help us sponsor these cars. It's a lot of financial burden. Appreciate him and everybody stepping up and standing with us. And Alex, you're putting on a good series here for us all. Racing ain't too good out before. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Coming home in 8th place, he was also 3rd in the Cruise with the Champions rookie points with 1,162 points in 17 races. He had 3 top 10s, 1 top 5. Driver of the number 87 Ren's Body Shop Special out of Hiram, Georgia, Jake Rainey.
Just gotta thank my mom and dad for all they do, my grandparents. I really couldn't do it without them. We literally scrap out metal to make it to the racetrack every week to get in the gate because we love it that bad. But yeah, gotta thank all the same people again, all my crew, Randy Brothers Steel and Installation, Rough Property Management, Mitchell's, High Tech Transmission, Muffler, Sparks Racing, West Georgia Fence, CNS Auto Electric, E. Dennis Heating and Air, Clark Race Engineering, Richard Dawson and Capital, Shorty, he really got me hooked up on the right program these last few races. And Hoosier by Brian. Thank y'all.
Coming home in the 7th place. In 17 races, he had 1,224 points with 1 top 10 and 1 top 5. Driver the number 17, B&M Salvage Rocket out of Shannon, Mississippi, the Ninja, Marcus Minga.
First thing is, because I got in trouble with the last banquet she came to, I forgot to thank my wife. Mindy. Thank you. Let it all get out of me. I'm sure I speak for all us racers because I know I've heard several say it tonight. Our wives, girlfriends, parents, kids, man, they put up a lot. And we really, really appreciate it. Both you'll ever know. I'd like to thank my sponsors, B&M Salvage, Honda's Equipment Service, Rocket Chassis, J. Dickers Racing Engines, Shannon and Full Moon, he didn't come speak earlier. I'm sure I forgot somebody. Got a new one coming this year, Diamond G Trucking. Excited about that. And congratulate Jake. He's back here being loud. I hear you. C&D Wade, all you guys, man, y'all was killer all year. I mean, everywhere we went, you was on the game, didn't matter. So congratulate you guys. Thank you.
Finishing 6th in the 2019 Crate Racing USA National Touring Points at 1,320 points with 9 top 10s, 3 top 5s, and 17 races, driving the 05 Britton Hauling Warrior out of Center, Alabama, TJ Britton.
I thank my mom and dad for giving me this opportunity. Dylan, Noah, couldn't do it without you guys. Ricky Gilbert, couldn't do it without you with WGX Leasing and Sales, Rick's Auto Sales, Britton Holland, Oliver Race Engines, Warrior Race Cars, Josh Roberts Trucking. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you.
Now it's time to bring out our second member of the Hole in Wall gang, driver that finished in 5th spot in the 2019 Chevrolet Performance course, sponsoring the Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series. And again, we want to thank Chevrolet Performance for making this division what it is. As Adam said, we're going into our 16th season, and in racing today, to be going into your 6th season is pretty awesome. So we're proud to have them helping us out from day one. So finishing in 5th place with 1,364 points with 12 top 10s, 2 top 5s, and 17 races. Driver of the number 17, John's Farm Special out of Hole in Wall, Tennessee, Tyler Wood.
I just want to thank my parents. They sacrificed a lot to get me where I'm at right now. My girlfriend, she was with me at every race. All my sponsors helped me. John's Farms, CJG Trucking, Arnold Logan, and then we had a new sponsor come on board this year, Quality Building Supply. Just want to thank everybody that helped me.
Finishing in 4th place, finished 2nd in the Cruise with the Champions Rookie of the Year points with 1,374 points at 11 top 10s, 7 top 5s, and 1 win in 17 races. Driver the number 14, Middle Georgia Roofing, CBR out of Hawkinsville, Georgia, Will Harrington.
I'd like to thank my fiance Brittany, my parents, my dog Hank,
all my sponsors, Middle Georgia Roof, Rolling Tire Center, CDB Grading, Limerick Truck Repair, CDR Race Cars, Last Air Electrical. We got Swiss Springs come on board for this year, and Klotz Oil, VP Race Fuels. Just everybody that stuck us out with us this year. It was tough, but wish we could have done a little better, but just thanks everybody.
One of the most entertaining interviews I had this year, I was interviewing Will, and he says, I want to thank my dog Hank. Everybody thanks their wives and their sponsors and their kids. He says, I love my dog. I want to thank my dog Hank. So Hank will share that award with Will, I'm sure. Finishing in third place in the 2019 Crate Racing USA, a late model division for 2019. He just kind of kept going up and up and up and up in the standings all year. Very steady performance. Had 1,394 points in 17 races. He had 11 top 10s, 4 top 5s. Driver of the number C6, John's Farm Special, another member of the Hole and Wall gang out of Hole and Wall, Tennessee, Oakley Johns.
I'd like to say big thanks to my dad and my uncle. We worked like crazy Monday through Friday to get us to where we could run up down the road and run this steering deal. A lot of people don't understand how many hours and how much money it takes to run this deal. Big thanks to all the sponsors, Shows, Box and Pallet, John's Timber, Randall Steer Farms, 441 Race Wraps. Couldn't do it without all of them. Thank you.
Finishing second at the 2019 Crate Racing USA Dirt Lake Model Series National Points. You met him earlier as the 2019 Cruise with the Champions Rookie of the Year. He had 1,504 points in 17 races. He had 15 top 10s, 10 top 5s, and 1 win on the season. Driver of the number 11 Skinner's Body Shop Special out of Oxford, Alabama, bringing back out the Cruise Missile, Cruise Skinner.
First off, I want to thank the city real quick for their probably not going to go on cruise next year because I'll be at the hospital once again. If you'll change the weekends, I'll go.
I did, and they changed the ice bowl.
I can't control that now. So.
There you go.
But real quick, I know y'all like short and sweet speeches, but I just got to thank. I'm going to thank everybody that makes all this possible. First off, I got to start with my dad, my grandmother, or grandfather, my mom, my sisters. They've always been behind me ever since I started racing at a young age, and they've really stuck it out with me and pushed me to go travel and do as much as I can. So can't thank those people enough. I thank Skinner Body Shop, Nav Auto Parts, Alan with A&W Outdoors, David Duplessis with Boyd Speedway, Mr. Tommy with VP Race Fuels, Eric at Race State Motors, KRC Power Steering, Boyd's Built, Kaiser Manufacturing, Real Wheel Racing Wheels, Schoenfeld Headers, Hoosier Racing Tire. I also want to congratulate everybody that's here tonight for a great season. It's something to be out here. And once again, I just want to thank all the great people that make all this possible. Thank y'all.
Got one more award left. We still got some money left. $10,000 in this envelope. Maybe we should need to play Let's Make a Deal or something. Do you want the envelope or do you want box number 1, box number 2? No, I think you'll take the envelope. Right, Sydney?
Yes, sir.
This driver came close last year, and he finally got it done this year, and he did it in grand style. In 17 races, had 17 top 10s, 14 top fives, and a series-leading 7 wins this year. Driver of the number 66, Knowles Race Parts and Body Special out of Rome, Georgia. Please welcome to the stage our 2019 Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series National Champion, Jake Knowles. You snuck up on me there. You've been doing that to the competitors all year, though.
I think we'll do it here too.
You know.
This won't be as long as RJ Chevrolet, but it's pretty long. It's been a great year. I got so many people that made it possible. First off, I got to thank my daddy and my mom for always being there no matter what crazy idea I come up with or wherever I tell them we're going. Pretty much they're there in the truck waiting on me. Thanks for the rest of my family. We got some here and some back here that always support me. Lance, I appreciate you for all you do. Definitely couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't have done half of this year what we've done without you. Savannah, Megan, thank y'all for putting up with our crazy, stupid schedules. Thank you, John, Tiny, Jody, Deborah, Olivia, David, Samson's where it's at. Thank y'all for either at shop or track hill. Congratulations to Cruz and all his crew on the rookie and all the other drivers for a great year. None of this stuff would have been possible without our great sponsors. Coos Heat and Cooling, Matt, Larry J. Man, I'll tell you, it was, I think 5 years ago or something, like y'all took me in like a kid. Stacy, Miss Barber, Kenzie, Kaylee, thank y'all for all y'all do. And believing in me and giving me equipment to win a championship. It's really, truly awesome. Knowles Race Parts, Phillips Properties, Josh Roberts Trucking, Martin Director Service, Knowles Trading Company, Cruiser with the Champions, Cruiser Tire South by Pub, Shorty Shocks, thank you Brown too, sorry. Shorty Shocks, appreciate Shorty, Stealth Carburetors, CSB Consulting, VP Lubricants, Tom Chatham, thank you, VP Racing Fuels, Longhorn Race Cars, AG Calf Ranch, Smoky Joe Racing, Buster Goss Body Shop, Wild Drive Shaft, Kerbo Logging, Big A's Custom Graphics, Mr. Jenkins Photography, B&A Farms. Thank you to Adam and all the series officials and all the tracks that hosted us this year. Chevrolet Performance, Durance Lane for what they did, Newsom Raceway Parts for coming on. Thank you, Tim Bland. I lost two big fans this year, Lumpy and Smoky Joe Racing. This is for y'all. Hope to see y'all everyone at East Bay. Thank y'all.
Jake, this year, Durance Lane Cup, that will be the last Durance Lane Cup as we now go to Newsom Raceway Parts. And you know, I saw that you stopped at Mitch McCarter's Parkway Liquors at the west end of town here and loaded up on Natty Lights. You can get a lot of Natty Lights in there. And I got another one I want to show you. This is the first time for this one. That's your nameplate. It says 2019 Jake Knowles, and it is going to go on this trophy. Put that down there in its proper place. Well, if it's crooked, we'll say Jake did that himself. This trophy will be on display in all of our national touring events, in the Chevy Fan Zone, in our souvenir trailer. As Jake becomes the 15th champion of Crate Racing USA in this beautiful trophy, hoist that baby up. You can get a lot of Natty Lights in there too. want you to bring up the 2019 Crew Chief of the Year. I want you to bring up your dad, Wade Knowles, and introduce your other crew chief.
Shit, it's they ain't no crew chief. Tommy, Jonathan, Lance, Debbie, Jody, all y'all come on.
The whole crew. It's the Crew Chief of the Year. Shows you that it takes a team effort. Wade, come on over here. I want to talk to you first. I know that they said I've been around for 40 years, and I know early in my career, I was watching your career running around Georgia and Tennessee and Alabama, Mississippi. You got to be a proud papa tonight.
I am. All y'all guys, like most everybody that was in the points chase tonight, was all second generation drivers, and every one of them guys knows exactly what it means to me. And we finally got a championship, and that means more than anything that anybody could ever do, because it's hard.
I know you'll be drinking out of one of these two, if not both cups later on tonight.
We might split one or two.
Wade, go ahead and introduce the rest of the crew here.
This is the first one here is Lance. That's Lance Bracewell. And then Jonathan Martin of Martin Correct Service. And him and Jake, they go way back. They used to fight when me and Jonathan's dad used to race. They used to fight behind the grandstands. And that's Tiny over there. He's come in late this year and started helping us out. And that's Jody Stoneville. He provides a shop where Jake works out of. And like I said, Jake mentioned his dad died about, 2 months ago, something like that. But all them guys, when Jake moved to Rome, because that's centrally located more for racing or whatever, but they've been taking care of Jake for 6 or 7 years now since Jake's been in Rome. But it's all, all these guys right here, everybody knows that races are won in the shop, not at the racetrack. You win them at the shop before you go. And all these guys right down through here, they're the ones that make it possible.
Let's give this whole crew a nice round of applause for that. We want you guys to get out here a little early tonight, 8 o'clock, so you got time to go out and celebrate on the town along with everybody else. Don't forget, we're going to have pictures out in the lobby, so get your crews together, your family. And again, Jake, congratulations on a job well done. We're looking forward to 2020. And we're going to draw some names, so don't go anywhere. We got some more stuff to give away. If you haven't won anything tonight, now's your chance. We're going to give some stuff away here, so just hang on. Hi, Tommy Chapman. Good to see you here. I missed you earlier.
Jay.
Get stuck in traffic.
4:41 o'clock, over 2 hours and 15 minutes before you get to Franklin. And I was sitting there thinking about how in the world am I going to explain me not being here for this. But after I got here, I got cleaned up. Don't I dress up real good for an 80-year-old man?
You're looking good. Now, I said I'm celebrating my 39th this week. I mean, you can't be a day over 45.
I turned 80 yesterday, but you girls don't believe that. I'm just 61. I'm just 61. Girls out there.
Tommy Chapman, ladies and gentlemen, VP Racing Fuels and VP Racing Lubricants. Adam, got his big bow here. We're going to give some stuff away. What do we got going to give away first?
Roby, we've got some VP fuel jugs Mr. Tommy's brought in here. Once he said he was hung in traffic, but I think he's down here in Puckers chasing the girls. But we got some VP fuel jugs. I got a couple cases of oil, and the folks at Newsom Raceway Parts called me, and they're going to do something that's really nice. You drivers that are 21 or older, you have to do that because of this deal. But they came to me and said they want to do something a little different to give away, and October 14th through 18th of this year, so I'll make sure we don't have a touring race scheduled if one of you win. But they're going to give away an all-expense paid trip to Costa Rica. That includes airfare. All you got to do is get yourself to the airport. So if you get yourself to the airport, they will get you to Costa Rica, airfare, go in there, wear your armband. I've done those trips before. It's a great time. I don't know what it would cost. I think I know what it costs. So we're going to do that. We've also got those 10 websites that are $300 off of my race pass. We talked about that yesterday at a promoters meeting. $300 off a website, that's marketing. It gives you drivers a chance to market yourself. Those of you that are going to slip out the back door, stop by that My Race Pass table, pick you up the My Race Pass guide and fill out your profile. That is free. We're going to use that this year. It gives you an avenue to draw some attention from your fans and your sponsors and use that. Those of you that have received any award, whether it be a special award like our Promoter of the Year or a trophy, be sure you wait around outside by the fireplace for pictures. We're going to do that for everybody. Those of you that are hanging out, we got the Instagram photo hanging on the bear. Get your picture made with the bear. Hope you don't see a real one. If you've got a big check up here, you get to take that home with you. When we're done here in a minute, you can come fetch that, take it home, put it in your shop on your wall. If you want another one, I'm sure Shannon Norwood would be glad to make you one. But we'll do some of these giveaways. I'll do real quick so we can all get out of here.
Wait a minute, that was a bear out there?
I look like you when I first seen it, but
Well, I stood out there and talked to it for about 10 minutes. I thought it was Marcus Minga.
Okay, we'll do, also, we got a KRC front drive kit. KRC is going to give our champion, Jake Knowles, he's going to give a brand new front drive accessory kit from our friends at KRC. They're going to give away the other one, so we'll pull that out real quick since it's sitting here. I'll write your name next to this. You can come up and get that. That winner's going to be Seth McCormick. So Seth McCormick, you just head up here. We'll get you taken care of as soon as I get all this. I'm going to go quick because I'm ready to go too. It's a KRC front drive kit. So those folks, please do business with the folks that support us and do business with you and give back. That's we appreciate what those folks do and give away. I'm going to do this trip because I'm excited about that. And I got my name in there 17 times. But we'll see. Let's pull out a name. This is for the all-expense trip to Costa Rica in October. If you're not 21, I'm going to put it back in there. So I'm sorry. You got to be 21 because you got to wear your armband and all them free drinks and all that stuff to get you in trouble. I ain't going to prison for that. He ain't 21. He's at least 21. Marcus Minga. Marcus, we'll make sure you can cross the state lines by then, but we'll.
Hey, Marcus, that comes with a friend.
And that's what, Mingy, you got your gift for coming to the banquet this year. So Marcus Mingy, you'll get that trip. We'll get your information to folks at Newsom Raceway Parks, all expense paid trip to Costa Rica. So thank them for that. Boyd Built Fabrication.
Was that a one-way ticket?
Depending on how good he's running in points. We got a race next week. He better get his butt back. Let's pull out some more. Boyd Built is going to give $250 off of a Spring Smasher. They did not make it tonight, so I'll have your certificate. I'll take that name, so you don't have to come up here, but I'll pull your name out. Somebody's going to get that. It's going to be Jake Rainey. So Jake Rainey will receive a certificate from Boyd Built. I don't even like Marcus. It wasn't real. Now let's give away some VP fuel jugs. I'll go through these pretty quick. If I call your name, just come up here. There's 4 of those. TJ Britton, you'll get one of those VP fuel jugs. I'm mixing them up. I think they got all the touring guys. That's not fair. I'm sorry. I didn't want that. Austin Steele, you'll get a VP fuel jug. Come up here and grab one of those. Get one of those red ones. Landon Jackson, that'd be the 3rd one. Let's pull out another one here. Seth Johnston. Was Seth Johnston here?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Seth, you'll get that 4th VP fuel jug. So we gave 4 of those away. What else have we got? We got 10 of those $300 off certificates for the driver websites. If those 10 of you, when I do that, just meet me out at the lobby door. I'm just going to call your name. We'll do that quick. Cole Cameron. Oakley Gillespie. Tracy Terrell. Eddie Reinhardt. Tootie Arnold. Silas Ham. I better count. You know, I got that extra thumb. I'll count too many here. 6. Ben Mercado, that's 7. Blake Ray makes 8. Tyler Wood is 9. And Shannon Lee makes our 10. Those 10 drivers, if y'all meet me out at the front there, I'll give you that certificate for the money off the custom website for your stuff.
I can't wait to see ShannonLee.com now.
I think it's very good. Shannon Lee, once again, thank you all. If you have a trophy or an award of any kind, please stop out at the fireplace, get your pictures. We'll be glad to share them. We ask you to share that stuff on social media. We all know that's what it's all about. The Instagram photo frame around the bear. Thank you all for coming. Have a good time. We look forward to seeing everybody in 2020.